Okay, Unit 4. This is second page, Lesson 8.2. Relative frequency and probability. Let's look at the question. The two-way frequency table below. Two-way. Two-way means, okay, like a board game, yes or no. This is a column. Like reading, yes or no. This is a row. Okay, two-way frequency table represent the result of a survey about a favorite form of entertainment. Board game and reading, right? For exercise from 1 to 3, write fraction, okay, that are not simplified. Oh, we don't have to simplify. We don't have to simplify the frequency, the result, right? Oh, that's easier work. Number 1. Find the joint relative frequency of people surveyed who like to read, but okay, people who like read, but dislike board game. Okay, let's look at the table here. Joint relative frequency, that means one cell. So each table, this is a cell, this is a cell. So each box is a cell. So we're going to look the number in that cell. Joint relative frequency, that means that cell belongs to different category. Okay, I'm going to show you what does this mean. Okay, who like to read? Okay, let's reading. This is reading. Yes. Let's look at the reading. 75 people like reading. Okay, people who like reading is this row, people who like reading. But we need to find people dislike, so that means no for board game. So which part is board game? This is board game. They don't like board game is this column, right? People who said no to like board game, that's dislike. So the joint cell is this one right here. So 25. 25 is the number who likes reading but dislike board game. This is the joint frequency. But what does the relative means? That means 25 all over the grand total. So 25 over 125. This is not a simplified fraction. So normally in high school, whenever your result is a fraction, you have to reduce it to the simplest form. But here, we don't have to because the instruction is not simplified. We don't have to simplify. Okay, we just leave like 25 over 125. Okay, second question. Okay, maybe I should delete everything I colored. So I'm going to delete all the color. Okay. Second, what is the marginal relative frequency of people who surveyed who like to read? Margin is all about the total, either the column total or the row total. So it means this number, this 4, this called marginal total. Marginal, and this one is the grand total. Okay, what's the marginal relative frequency of people who surveyed who like to read? So we need to find the total number of people who like to read. Okay, reading is yes. Is this row? Let's go to the total. Okay, it's going to be 73. So it's pretty easy. 73 all over 125. So that's it. This is number 2. Number 3, given someone interested in reading. Oh, it's given. interested in reading. Is that person more or less likely to take an interest in playing? Oh, okay. What does this mean? So, given someone interested in reading, okay, the people who interested in reading is how many people? 73. Okay, 73. But how many of them like a board game? Is what? Is that person more or less likely to take in playing board game? Okay. 73. I'm going to take like board game is how many people? Board interest in reading is more or less to take an entertainment in playing board game. Among those 73 people, 48 people like to play board game. Okay? So if I divide 48 by 73, this equal to, if I change the decimal, this is going to be almost approximate is like a 0.66. This number is bigger than 50%. That means the people who are interested in reading, 73 people, 73, and more than half, they also like board game. So this means, yes, they're more or less, yes, they're more likely. I'm not going to write out all the words. Is that person likely? Yes, that person more likely to take an interest in playing board game, because the probability is bigger than half, bigger than 50%. So this is how you explain it. The correct answer is more likely. It's more. And you don't have to use my words. You can use your own words to explain it. Because 48 among 73 people, they also like to play board game. Okay? Number 4. Given someone interested in board games, is the opposite like number 3. Is that person more or less to reading, to taking an interest in reading? Okay, let's see how many people totally like board game. Okay, we're going to choose board game. Likely should be here. We have 91 people. 91 people total who likes the board game. And how many people like reading? 48. 48 people likes reading. So this is going to be 48. There are 48 people. Look, 48 people, they like reading. They also like board game. So for this question, we put 48. We both use 48, right? And then this equal to what? This equal to 48 divided by 91. This equal to 0.527, blah, blah, blah. This is also bigger than 50%. Because if I change this number, this is going to be 52.7%. So yes, this is the answer are the same. Like, yeah, they're more likely, blah, 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 to take an interest in reading, because the probability is bigger than 50%. Okay? Do you have to change it to 50%? No, you can keep it like a 0.5, or the above question is 6.6. As long, so it's bigger than 0.5. Yeah. So the question is both more likely. Yeah. In reading, yeah. Okay, next question. The two-way frequency table below represent the result of a survey about ways a student get to school. Okay, grade level, we have 9 and 10. On foot, by car, by bus, and then total. So number 5, find the joint relative frequency of students surveyed who walk to school and are ninth grader, grade 9. So grade 9, this is grade 9. Oops. I need to try to use a highlighter. So grade 9. And then, let me use a different color. Joint. Okay, joint relative frequency. And then who walk to school. Walk, that means on foot, right? So on foot is right here, this column. So the joint cell is this, so 15. Okay, I'm going to put 15, find the joint relative frequency. Joint relative frequency that 15. 15 all over 200. So we find the number in this joint cell, joint relative frequency, and divided by the grand total. So that's it. They didn't say this time, they didn't say change to simplified. So we can change this to a decimal. This is going to equal 0.075 or 7.5%. So this, if I change to a percentage that look like that, 7.5%. Okay, give grade level. Given grade level, is that person more or less likely to travel to school by bus? Okay. They didn't say which grade, so we're going to take both grade. Okay, we're going to take both grade, which means we're going to check the total. Who like to travel to school by bus? Okay, by bus. Maybe I use a different color. Yellow. By bus, which is 107. So the total is 107 student. So 107 divided by 200. And this equal to what? 107 divided, 107. 107 is bigger than 100. That means it's bigger than half, right? Oh, I shouldn't write like this. So more than half of the student go to school by bus. So 107 divided by 200, that's 0.535. So it's bigger than 0.5. 0.5, that means a half. So 107 student go to school by bus. That's more than half. More than half of the 200 students. That means it's more likely. So in that person, so in the grade level, so among the 9 and 10 grader, so they're more likely to go to school by bus. So this is the reason, because the reason is more than half, right? Okay, this is the second page of Unit 4 homework.